This guy, any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles. People trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more. Here, that was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Fires to the end zone. Picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a beautiful sight. And not only are we big and strong and powerful and athletic, you can have unbelievable hands to the mix, because we can catch a football too, just like those little DBs, create turnovers, force interceptions. Let's go.
They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Childs. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Illinois.
Really good awareness by the defense. I'm supposed to drop back. I'm supposed to see the quarterback. And when he throws it, go break on it, gets the tip, and then you get the pick. That's just gravy. That's just a cherry on top of the sundae. And then take it back to the house. Let's get weird. Nice play by the defense.
And the extra point splits the uprights. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick-6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick-6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown 1 in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
To the ground. He's got it again. And he is stopped behind the line, and that's how we'll finish the first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. To the air, it's Childs. Puts it out of the air. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And the Spartans come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the draw. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Spartans! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Back to pass, it's Newton. Pocket breaking down. Finds a tight end down the gut. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. He's got it down the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. Illinois picked up the first down. Now here they come again. He'll pull it on the read. Turning it on. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game, run the football. Great gain, great job by the offensive line.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you're going to go up. Nice job on first down, stopping a couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. To throw, it's Newton. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. And here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Hauls it in down the sideline. Touchdown, Michigan State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Houston endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Clutch City, and the Cougs came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is still a W. Fun one in the Big 12, man. They generally are, as the teams there continue to jockey for bowl position.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Leaves it with the running back. Creates a little room. Got the first down and more. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Looking for a man. It's Newton. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He's like a pinball with attitude out there, hammering ahead to the 30. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Fighting Illini with options here on second and short. Tight end now in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Working that left side. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. The Illini started this drive deep in their own end, but now starting to generate some momentum. Wide receiver going in motion. With the run on first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Offense trying to pay it off on second and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 28-24 game. They march 78 yards down the field. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw, it's Childs. And the timing just a hair off.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Snagged out of the air. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Caught near the sticks. It's McCray. He's loose on the left. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Smarty.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The give to the tailback. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Got him downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Looking for a man. It's Newton. Finds his man. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Illinois coming back to the line with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
This time it's complete. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Sends it back in motion. Back to throw, time running short in the half. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? The noise bouncing off of Sparty's armor as they encourage the green and white on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Trying to run it in. And they can't punch it in with a 1st down run, and the defense has one stop.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. To the air, it's Newton. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Illini! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He has a knack for taking away the tackler's leverage. He's out to the 34. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a fascinating one going on in East Lansing. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, We're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's head back to the place they've been playing football for more than 100 years, Spartan Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Trying the left side. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Off the play fake on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The idea was to sell that play fake. Nobody was buying it.
You're right, Reese. That D-line, they looked like they had their ears pinned back, and they were coming after the quarterback. You saw dudes rush upfield. They got to that QB fast.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better. But to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They marched to the end zone the last time they had it. Do it again, and they'll be on top. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Trying to escape and get it himself. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense here.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Slings it downfield. Grabbed over the middle. It's Dixon. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Off the play fake. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Sparty's defensive front is dominating. They have a great history of doing that.
Yeah, getting after the quarterback, man. Getting off the football, getting upfield, being disruptive, being a great defense that can stop the run and find the quarterback. Man, that's what you like to see if you're a Spartans fan.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
He'll try the left side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air, it's Childs. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the 3rd quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards. Needed to get a stop and try to get this ball back to their offense.
On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Clock ticking away as we have 4 minutes left here in the 3rd. There's the pressure. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. You can't wait for this game to be over.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That brings them to within 1.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to throw. It's Childs. Quarterback moving. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Grab near the marker. It's Marsh. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
To the air on 1st down. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Boy, was he well protected. Finally lets one go to the left.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make. And I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
Punt is in the air. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Illinois offense returns to the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Sparty and nearly 75,000 of his closest friends pegging the decibel meter on 3rd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. To the air, it's Childs. That's caught. It's McCray. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. The Spartans have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting 1st downs. That running back is one of the big...
He's going for it all. Hits him in stride inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Spartans.
Another rushing... And that's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Just got a little casual with it and blew the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. One final play before the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the back. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to throw. It's Newton. Makes the catch. And he's down after making the catch, but did not reach the line to gain. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll stop him short on third down, and this defense trying to make sure they stay on top. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Gonna run it. It's Frazier. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with the W.
Looking deep. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Michigan State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go-round, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough to get run by. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Tulsa is getting whooped today, and at some point this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 35 to North Texas. We'll circle back. If anything big happens in this clash in the American, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Newton. Makes the grab on the left. He makes it up to the 20-yard line before going out of bounds. The noise bouncing off of Sparty's armor as they encourage the green and white on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Illinois moving it quickly down the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Mahoney. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set. Make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Touchdown, fighting Illini. And they take it in for 6 more points. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Childs. Right on the money. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and... the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the 1st down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They'll run it. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time. He's going to run it. Across the 25, he's got room. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Really nice timing. Nice job by the quarterback. He drops back to pass, but how about saving your best for when it matters most, late in the ball game? Biggest run of the day in a big moment.
Looking for room. It's Lincoln. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on 1st down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. And the Spartans, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Finds his big tight end. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They'll try to power it in. Touchdown, Sparty! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to... Gonna take a shot. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Sparty and nearly 75,000 of his closest friends pegging the decibel meter on 3rd. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And they got to the line expeditiously, spiked it, and stopped the clock. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Newton. Quickly out to the tight end. Breaks into the open. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. makes a grab. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
No gain on the play.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck-it-up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Still running at the 40. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And here we go, final play of the game right here. The offense changing the play. Scanning the field, it's Childs. Deep shot for the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offense...